Sábalos. I'm Executive Director of Unidos Minnesota. We are one of the statewide organizing organizations that builds power for social, racial, and economic justice. And before being organizers, we are also Minnesotans. Our constituency is made by hundreds of regular people, business owners, clergy, students, youth, moms, who are gathering and who are taking a leap in public life to show up for one another as neighbors, given the crisis that we're living right now. And so I want to mention that we are one day away from the Minnesota Day of Truth and Freedom, which is tomorrow. It is also, I heard, one of the coldest days of, the coldest air day of Minnesota. I want to name that what we have proven to the country and the world is that we Minnesotans don't back down in times of crisis.
That's right.
We don't step back when our neighbors need us. We are not walking away from our constitutional rights, from our freedom rights, and from the truth and the light that we need to bring to this crisis that we're facing every day. And so thousands of Minnesotans, working families, youth are clear. Business owners are clear. We want ICE out of Minnesota.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And so we are gathering here in this beautiful studio, Bench Press. Thank you so much for hosting us. With the testimonies of business leaders that will illustrate how ICE presence and enforcement has impacted them. So I want to introduce first our host, James Sean, owner of Bench Press Studio. Please join us. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Hi. Thanks all of you for being here. My name is Jane Shannon. This is my husband Andy, and we are the owners of Bench Press. We are a letterpress studio and gift shop in the Seward neighborhood of South Minneapolis. Since the federal occupation of our city, we have seen our Minneapolis community show up for each other in amazing ways. But now it's time for us to ask Congress to show up for us too. We need ICE out of Minneapolis. Every election cycle, we hear you say that you support small businesses, that we're the backbone of the economy. So please listen to us now. ICE is terrorizing our schools, our businesses, and our communities. Please help us get ICE out. We are scared. Our kids are scared that their classmates or teachers will be taken. Customers are scared to shop. Employees are scared to go to work. And we're scared every day here that this will be the day they show up for us. ICE has made this a terrible time to be a small business in Minneapolis. We are all operating without a safety net. This is a disaster with no federal relief coming. We do not make the decision to close this Friday lightly. We make this decision because we need to make a stand, however small it may be, that we need ICE out of Minnesota. Please help get ICE out of Minnesota, out of my community, so that I can go back to selling greeting cards and gifts and not handing out free whistles. Thank you.
We have Lawrence Edison and Brian Atkins of Custom Designs.
Good morning. Good morning. Hello, my name is Lawrence Edison. I'm the manager of Custom Designs. I'm also part of the leadership team in the Minority Small Business Network. We're located in Berkeley Center. At my side is my brother, Brian Atkins, owner of Custom Designs. We thank God for blessing us to be in business for 5 years. Custom Designs is born out of the community and in existence to serve the community. That's why this moment matters. Recently, we saw videos of ICE entering business, intimidating individuals, and violating the Fourth Amendment rights. I was totally blown away. I could not believe what I was seeing with my eyes. We are now facing reality at this point. Federal agents can at any moment walk into our businesses and tear it apart, harass us and assault us. Our clients, without accountability towards their actions regarding the constitutional rights. That is unacceptable. Minnesota does not deserve this. Our community does not deserve this. Like so many small businesses and our small business owners, we've had to work tremendously hard to get here. We sacrifice and struggle to build something our community can be proud of, our livelihood. Our customers and clients are apprehensive of leaving their homes to come to our place of business. Business will not prosper like this. When the community suffers, small businesses suffer. Our Fourth Amendment rights are not something we have earned. It is something that is owed to us. So in solidarity with our community and other fellow business owners, I am saying clearly, if our rights are not protected, ICE, please vacate Minnesota.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Next we have Rodrigo Cardoso, owner of Inter-American Services and one of the tenants and owners of Mercado Central.
Well, my name is Rodrigo Cardoso, as you mentioned. I had a family business in Mercedes Central. Our family business has been in town for 20 years. During those 20 years, we have provided for, of course, our family, for the families of about 5 to 6 employees along those years. And today, we are very close to just having closed within a month, or maybe 2. And it is a reality that we are facing here that doesn't fit to our dream when coming to the United States. We came here with the belief and hope that our kids will be born and will be living and enjoying the land of opportunity that America has always been before. We are not naive, thinking that there is no racism or forces that separate people. But the United States, up until a year or 2 years ago, was a land of opportunity where people would get together and solve the differences and have a federal government that will be taking care of all of us. This is not the case today. Our dream is basically being under siege. We have no people in the streets. We have no traffic. Therefore, we have no business. And as one of our business owners just mentioned, I mean, we are supposed to be the backbone of the economy. We are not seeing it now. We need the support of all our Congress representatives, House of Representatives, and we need the Congress to act, and request and limit the ICE operations. We need ICE out of our business, out of our homes, out of our streets, out of our city, out of our state, and out of our life.
Thank you so much, Rodrigo. Next we have Lindsay Johnson, owner of Francis Restaurant.
My name is Lindsay Johnston. I am a co-owner of 2 restaurants in Minneapolis called Francis Burger Joint. And like many restaurants, we are really feeling the effects of the presence of ICE in our neighborhoods and terrified, not because they are not documented, but because everyone's at risk. It doesn't matter if you are, doing everything right and by the book, you can still be detained, you can still be reported. Our staff really care a lot about each other, and we have come through to protect those older employees, whether it's, stay home and have, civic safe time given from us, or that people are taking to and from work. We've had to build a large community within our businesses to protect each other. And there's an incredibly heavy presence of ICE at our Northeast location because there are a lot of immigrant-owned businesses. It's what makes the neighborhood. It's the backbone of the neighborhood. And so we find ourselves out in the streets fiercely protecting those businesses when the whistles and the horns, which you never stop hearing in your head once you experience it daily, multiple times a day. But when that occurs, when ICE shows up at our doorstep, half the customers and half the staff run out into the street to protect the people that they're harassing. We kept thinking someone's going to help us as this began to get worse and worse. And then no one was coming. So I'm incredibly proud to be part of a community that showed up and protected each other and cares. There are news stories multiple times a day, like, that's 10 blocks from my house. That child just got taken into court, 5 years old. Big threat, I'm sure. We need Congress to step in and get ICE out of Minnesota. Like, help us. We've been saving ourselves, and we can only do that for so long. I don't know how many more days that I can stay in my restaurant watching the street from open until close, and the fuel in the tanks of people who are doing this protection can only last for so long. And we need ICE out of Minnesota, or none of us are going to survive this.
And last but not least, we have Celeste Finn, Director of Big Wonder Child Care.
Hello, I'm Celeste Finn, Founder and Director of Big Wonder Child Care in St. Paul. I'm closing tomorrow in solidarity with all Minnesotans who are terrified. Terrified of being detained, arrested, and abused without due process. Terrified by our federal government. Terrified as we watch our democracy crumble before our eyes. I'm closing because 23,000 children are at risk of losing child care because of unfounded claims by an unqualified YouTuber and unjust retaliation by the feds. I'm closing because of the federal administration's freeze will close countless child care centers and cripple child care, which is the work behind the workforce. They are doing this because child care allows women to go to work. It creates educated children, racial equity, and wealth mobility. I'm closing for Liam, a 5-year-old who was abducted by ICE this Tuesday. I'm closing because our lives are filled with fear as masked agents target child care centers, shouting at legal observers and filming them. Minnesotans have shown unbelievable restraint and kindness in the face of crimes against humanity. I close because I fear the further escalation of violence. Minnesota is begging everyone, everywhere, to link arms with us. We are all in this together. Today and every day, Minnesotans have shown our strength, unity, and utmost care for our communities. We will not be silenced. We will not be bullied into submission. I believe we will overcome tyranny and oppression with conviction in our values and collective power. I close tomorrow because if we stand together in solidarity, we will save our state and nation. I solemnly
We will now open it up to Q&A. We are going to just take a couple of brief questions, just so we can get as many business owners and entrepreneurs back to their shops. And of course, we can make some media connects after the live as well. We'll take a couple here.
What exactly do you small business owners want Congress to do? What mechanisms do you want them to use to force outside Minnesota?
I would only say is that I don't know if it's the responsibilities for the small business owners to figure out. I'm just not sure with the question. I mean, I appreciate your question, but I'm just not sure if that's not our responsibility to figure out what needs to happen to ICE. That's for Congress to do, and I think that's a more appropriate question for them. Us in consolidation and standing here together says that they need to be doing something. So we're actually asking them your question.
I'll just say, I think if we stand in solidarity, we are holding our leaders accountable, right? And so that is what we can do, but ultimately it's up to our governance to correct this.
Okay. We'll take just one more then. Otherwise, we can close it up.
Did you guys email us everybody's names as we had that?
All right.